Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 4th of June 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Llewellyn Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Saturday and what this day is going to look like. So I really like this deck. I like the whole Llewellyn publishing company anyway. I read loads of those books as a teenager, and I like the whole King Arthur theme here, Camelot. So let me show you some of these cards. I think they're beautiful. Look at that. Like the watercolor effect. It's kind of like captures the essence of... I think it's beautifully done, this deck. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say about Saturday. Let's see, first card. The Queen of Pentacles, nice. Creativity and an appreciation for beauty and nature, and a sense of contentment and calm. Wow, then we have the Ace of Cups, love, and again, love for nature and being in love with the physical world. And then finally, the Five of Pentacles. So all of this good energy, it allows you to deal with any challenges or difficulties that you may face. And it means you're not going to be depleted or overwhelmed by anything that comes your way. It's interesting, actually, that in this deck, the Five of Wands here, they create an anchor. And that's what I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles. And these two cards in particular are in the suit of Earth. Pentacles being Earth, in the element of Earth, I should say, rather. And the feeling I get is that there's this amazing sense that life supports me. And I'm not going to be rattled. And if anything, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to deal with whatever I've got on my plate. And I'll do with a sense of joy and love and a certain, it's joie de vivre? Joie de vivre? Like that, just a sense that it's great to be alive. Yeah. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, that's a court card, and the court cards are either characteristics or people who come into your life. So the Queen of Pentacles could be a man or a woman who really embodies all these earthy qualities, that you feel safe around them, you feel like the world is a big, beautiful place and you can explore it and enjoy someone who's capable and grounded and responsible and honest, and also has an appreciation for what could be. So, you know, if you look at this field, we've got these little poppies here and the flowers in the tree. Someone had to plant those, and someone had to have the foresight to say, hey, these would look really beautiful here. It could also be that these qualities, they exist within you, and you want to beautify your environment, or you want to enjoy the place you're at in life right now. Relax, enjoy nature, take some time out to reflect and to just see all the beautiful stuff. So I think the Queen of Pentacles is a really good influence, and together with the Ace of Cups here, a blessing from the universe that says your cup is running over with positive feelings and a sense of connection. Creativity is abundant. There's a sense of spiritual connection. So whereas Pentacles is earth, and that rules money and the physical world and your environment and your body. Cups is water, and that rules your connection to source. And spirituality and creativity, as far as I'm concerned, they go hand in hand. They're both ruled by the element of water. And it makes sense. If you're spiritually connected, then not only are you going to feel a sense of connection with something bigger, but you're also going to be creatively inspired. All these ideas are floating around. Because a lot of the time, you know, the spiritual encounters you have, let's say you transport yourself to a beach in your mind's eye, and you intend that you're going to meet your spirit guide on this kind of vision quest, this mental journey. You need some sort of imagination to construct all of that for yourself. And that's the fabric of this spiritual stuff. A lot of it comes via your imagination. I also feel that's why a lot of people, when they get intuitive hits, the intuition being the same thing really, they doubt it and they say, am I just making this up? Did I just imagine it? Or is this a real feeling? Is this a real premonition? Or is this a real kind of message I'm getting? So whichever way you look at it or however you define it, There is a natural ease because you are so connected to the universe. And maybe you see the universe or this sense of well-being or something bigger in nature. I think I've told this story before, but I was at a meeting once and I was talking about how I went swimming in the ocean and I turned around to look at the beach and there were these huge clouds in the sky and the sun was behind them and it lit up the clouds in such a strange way that I thought I'd seen God. And I remember I was telling this in the meeting and the person who came in after me, she's like, well, I don't see God in nature. And the guy sitting next to me, he kind of nudged me with his elbow and he was like, yeah, but you do. And I always remembered that because, yeah, I actually do. So whatever way you see something bigger that loves you, whether it's in nature or your imagination or when you write music or when you do exercise or whatever, that's a possibility today. And then we've also got these lotus flowers here. And the lotus is a plant that has to fight its way through the mud to get to the surface. And then it seems really serene and beautiful. And it just kind of lies there. So it has to do a lot of work to get to where it is. So that's so interesting as well, because is it a lot of work to have some sort of spiritual awakening and realization? Or is it something that just happens? And I think the answer is both. And you can work really hard and meditate every day and feel nothing. And other times you're just kind of, I don't know, like walking by a lake and suddenly the clouds part and the angels appear and it's like, ta-da! So I think the key is just to go with the flow. And if there's a sense that I should work on something and do some spiritual work, or I should just sit here and enjoy and reflect on what's going on, then just go with that feeling. Ultimately, this really nurtures you, it nourishes you, it makes you feel good about your life. So if things have got off the rails a bit, or you feel depleted, or you've had some really unpleasant experiences lately, and you're like, oh my God, it's like, are things ever going to get better? It's this kind of energy that reminds you that life can be easy and fun and light and positive. It is a dual planet, right? So it's not all going to be rejection and tough times. It's along with that come moments of bliss and exhilaration and wonder and all these things. So the cards are saying there's a lot that is going your way on this day, and suck it up like a sponge, basically. Because the Five of Pentacles, you can see these two, they're out in the snow, the kid's on crutches, she's kind of, her hair's blowing, she's trying to keep warm. And then we've got this church, which is the institution. And this card is about being kicked out of church. And the vicar saying, okay, mother with your child who's like, what, 7 maybe? You're on your own. Into the snow with you. Very compassionate. Okay. So, whether it's compassion or not doesn't matter. We all get rejected and we all are unwelcome in certain places, and then we have to make it on our own. The key thing here is that the mother and child are still together, so love can't be rejected and broken. So if there's an area of love where you want to take a risk, or yeah, it's interesting with relationships because I don't know. In my experience, when I took big risks and when I had to courageously speak up about my feelings, it didn't really work out, and there was a lot of drama for nothing. And when I've just gone with the flow again and just kind of tuned into that other person to see where they're at and how they may feel about me, then it naturally grew into something else. So in my experience, if you have, and you may disagree with this, but if you have to have this big this big scary revelation where you're like expressing all your feelings, I don't know, sometimes I think that goes, the key thing on this day I feel is to go with the grain and not against it. So if it doesn't feel right and if it feels scary, then see if there's another solution or another way to operate. Then we do have this anchor, and I do feel that you're so grounded and settled within yourself that even if there is a rejection, you'll be able to deal with it really easily. It's not going to shake you to your core. So if there's a difficult discussion to be had, or you do want to reveal something, you feel like you owe it to yourself to be honest about your feelings, but you don't want to do it, anything like that, you have the strength and the wherewithal to express those feelings, and then to be done with it. Also, yeah, so their relationship isn't broken up, and also they will make it. You know, they find shelter elsewhere. There are loads of roofs, and there are loads of structures on planet Earth. So if one thing doesn't work out on this day, I think you're going to certainly take it in your stride, quite literally, and you'll look at the next thing, and all the positive stuff you've got going on really outweighs any negative to the point where it doesn't feel like anything. It feels as gentle as an anchor hitting the ocean bed. It's not like, you know, even though it's super heavy, it just kind of sinks down, doesn't it? It plops down nicely underwater. So yeah, that's what I get. So be brave emotionally. Keep moving forward, look at the positives, and look at the positive outcome ultimately, because the Ace of Cups is at the center of this reading. This is the experience you can have. Any difficulties, rejection, problems in terms of your bank account or anything, deal with them as quickly as you can if you absolutely have to, and move forward, look for alternatives and get back to this place and this place where you can just sit and enjoy and feel good about being alive. Number-wise, we've got the Queen, that's 1. The Ace is also 1. 1 and 1 is 2. And 5 is 7. 7 is the mind and creativity. So it's going back to the creative part of water. So you'll be able to express yourself very nicely. But also, if you look at practical circumstances which are less than ideal, you can get creative on a solution and how to deal with those circumstances and to resolve them. So it looks amazing. It really, I hope I've expressed that properly, because it looks so amazing. Just because we don't have the Wheel of Fortune here, and it's not all, you know, parades and fireworks and stuff. This is an amazing, amazing day where you have the potential to really express yourself and to find the kind of love that supports you even when the chips are down, when all the other people don't want to be around you anymore because you're in a bit of trouble. It's the kind of love where someone then really sticks with you, so that can be revealed, like who's really meaningful and valuable in your life, as well as a sense of serenity that's available. So, got lots of options, and they're all great as far as I can tell. I hope you have an amazing day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading. So what are you reading with me? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.